Hey, welcome to another episode of the Miami Comedy Podcast.
Why don't people use turn signals? Let's talk about it. That's easy. We've been talking about this for years. People don't like to see you merge. No matter how far away you are from where they're driving. If they see you trying to merge up front, they're going to speed up to make sure you don't get in front of them. Because in Miami, we're first, no matter what it is. Whether you're trying to get into a destination, whether you're trying to get breakfast, get to your coffee, we want to be first, even if we show up last. Miami time, that's an excuse for us to be there first. And if we're not first after showing up late, how dare you take our spot? So turn signals is just you trying to imply that you're being polite on trying to go first or ahead. And Miami doesn't like being polite. Miami likes being straightforward and saying it's about me and only me. And so we're going to speed up. Turning signals only work in other areas. I'll give you an example. One time I was in Seattle. This is the first time I've ever seen this in my life. I was in Seattle one time, and at a red light, I needed to make a left. And if I didn't go left, I had to go straight, and I missed my left. So I turned on the signal to let the guy on my left know that I'm going to go in front. You know what the guy did? He reversed so that I can go in front. I said to myself, man, this does not happen in Miami. A random act of kindness in the street? There's no way. Why are we kind to each other in the streets of Miami? We're all living a hard life in this city. We're all paying expensive prices. We're not finding love. We're hardly even living under a roof. And now we gotta let you go in front of us in the streets? Ain't no way. Let's talk about survival of the fittest. If you use turn signals, are you really evolved? Is evolution on your side if you're using turn signals? If you think about it, that's kind of a sign of weakness. If you use a turn signal in Miami, we immediately assume that if we were ever get into a road rage, you'd be nice and say, look, man, I don't want any trouble. That's what someone implies when they use a turn signal, that you would lose it at an argument. You probably don't get what you want in life, so you ask politely. Yeah, you're not a predator, you're a prey. You get eaten by the mountain lion back in the day. Like if we were still in caveman times, you using a turn signal means that you wouldn't survive in the jungle. You're not alpha. Hey, can I have some of your berries? Of course not. You ask again, I'm clubbing you over the head. There you go. That's a great theory. Using a turn signal means you're weak. You ask for permission so that you can get what you want in life? No, you take it. You go for it. You cut that person off. And you let them know that you're the apex predator. You're on top of the food chain as you make your way to the fritanga. Eric, Miami Realtor says, only signal after you're in the lane. Oh man, that's a fight right there. So you're saying you cut somebody off and then you turn on the blinker? No way. You're pretty much mocking the person behind you at that point. I could have been polite, but now I'm not. And I'm doubling down and showing you that I could have been nice, but I'm not going to be nice. Because I already got what I wanted. That's almost like you robbing somebody and then you say thanks after the robbery. Give me all your money. And it hands you the wallet. All right, thank you. And then you bail. Hey, but now that all these new people have been moving to our city, have you been noticing that blinkers are in use out in the streets? Is that a thing? In Philly, too, all the New Yorkers then use blinkers. Oh, don't use blinkers. Well, I mean, the streets of New York are also extremely aggressive. Well, you know what? Yeah, in New York, they don't use blinkers either. Because the streets there are very aggressive. If you want to get somewhere, blinkers aren't going to help you get there. That's the one thing that the people that write the laws of the road don't understand. That using a blinker prevents you from getting to where you need to go. It's actually a deterrent on good driving. Because if you can merge and cut somebody off without causing an accident, that's good driving if you think about it. But if you use a blinker and the person is aggressively not letting you in, and then you try to take it, and then you cause an accident, who's at fault here? Why even invent blinkers? Just be good at merging. Blinkers are not necessary. If you're a good driver, if you know what you're doing, you know when to take it. Because if you use a blinker, all you're really doing is raising the chances of a road rage happening when they don't let you in. Or you cut somebody off and then you touch their bumper because they didn't let you go through. Somebody should do some research and figure out if blinkers are the primary cause of road rage in the streets. Because that's a great point. New York doesn't use blinkers, and that's one thing that we have in common with New Yorkers. We're out in the streets trying to take these lanes. We're out here trying to get to our destination, and we want to be first. So who's better at driving around these roads of aggression, New Yorkers or Miamians? Somebody run some statistics. And if you ever want to beef with somebody that moved here from New York, at least you know that you're both the same on the streets. Hey, I got a question for you, Miami. Why is it that if your light is off in your car, if one of the bulbs don't work, you get a ticket? Why doesn't the police of Miami understand that this is not necessary in our city anymore? You're just giving out tickets for the sake of tickets. You know what I mean? Sometimes the tickets we get are unnecessary to the point where it's like, bro, no one's using this light. Like, let me slide. Now I got to pay $100 fine because I'm not using a light that no one's using. I think that's the worst ticket you can get. Hey, your blinker light doesn't work. Yeah, because I'm in Miami. I'm not going to use it regardless. Now I got to pay $100 because I'm doing what everyone's doing. You probably don't use your blinkers either. What are you doing? Imagine that. Imagine you pull over a cop. Hey, your blinker light, it's not working. You didn't use it. He'd be like, yeah, my face, man. It's like, that's how I feel. You need to have empathy as a Miamian. We don't use that light, bro. Maybe you'll think twice. They're like, oh, you're right. Maybe I shouldn't be pulling people over because of a light that our city doesn't use. So if you're out there and you're using your turning signal in the city of Miami, just know that that's not a very cultural thing to do. We're out here trying to live a tradition of being aggressive on the road, but in turn, that makes us really good drivers. Because aggression with the lack of accidents means you're doing a great job, because that means traffic is running smoothly. Things are going the way it's supposed to. If you get yours and you get to your destination and no accidents happen, maybe a little middle finger here and there, maybe a little argument, maybe a little yelling out the window, small price to pay. Everybody got to their destinations on time, and there's a lot less traffic because we're all out there trying to make it smooth as possible. So if you're making your life more difficult by using your blinker, think twice, because sometimes asking for permission in these streets of Miami is not worth it. Just get to your destination, everyone else will fall in line, and everyone's happy. And then we just talk shit about it when we get home. All right? So those are my theories as to why the people of Miami don't use our blinkers, is because we're just that good on the road. And it's about us. We're number one. No matter what time we show up, we have to get there first, because we're all late. That is it for the podcast. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments below. What are your theories as to why the city of Miami doesn't use their blinkers?
And I'll see you on the next episode.